You've heard of AI. Of course you have. You probably use it a dozen times a day without even thinking about it. But what if I told you that's just the opening act? That we're on the verge of its successor, a technology that's as different from today's AI as a calculator is from a human brain? Well, this is the world of synthetic intelligence, and we're going to break down what it means for all of us. Let's dive in. Look, this isn't just some new buzzword. This quote right here really nails it. The shift from artificial intelligence to synthetic intelligence isn't just a technical upgrade, it's a fundamental change in what's possible and, what's going to be required of us in the very near future. So, to make sense of this massive topic, here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll start with the AI we all know and use today. Then, we'll introduce this new idea of synthetic intelligence. After that, we'll put them head-to-head, explore the huge philosophical debate it kicks off, and finally, we'll look at why this next wave, well, it's already here. Right, let's start on familiar ground. When we talk about AI today, what are we really talking about? It's that smart, helpful, and sometimes kind of creepy assistant that's just woven into our digital lives.
So the classic definition of AI is a machine that mimics human intelligence. And the key word there is mimic. It's designed to simulate human-like tasks by learning from just enormous amounts of data, finding patterns, and then making predictions based on those patterns. And we see it everywhere, right? It's the facial recognition on your phone, the recommendation engine that knows you better than you know yourself, and the smart speaker that plays your favorite song. But what's the thread that connects all of these? It's just incredibly advanced pattern matching. The AI isn't truly understanding you, it's just running a super sophisticated script based on all the data it was trained on.
I love these analogies because they just capture it perfectly. Today's AI is a karaoke star. It can hit every single note of a song, but it didn't write the music or the lyrics. It's a GPS. It can give you flawless turn-by-turn directions, but it has zero real understanding of the city, the traffic, or that little shortcut a local would know. It simulates, but it doesn't actually comprehend. And that limitation, that's exactly where we make the jump into a totally different ballpark. We're shifting from the idea of making something artificial to making something synthetic, and it's a subtle difference in wording, but it is a profound difference in meaning. This is the question that just flips the whole script. What if instead of trying to build a clever imitation of a human mind, the goal was to build a genuinely new mind from the ground up? Not a fake one, but a real, functioning intelligence that just happens to be man-made. And this right here brilliantly illustrates the distinction. An artificial flower. It looks like a flower, but it's plastic. It's got none of the biology. It's a simulation. A synthetic diamond, though, it's chemically identical to one from the Earth. It is a real diamond. The only difference is where it came from. And that is the ambition of synthetic intelligence. So, the crucial point is this. SI isn't about simulating intelligence, it's about synthesizing it. This isn't just about throwing bigger data sets at a problem, it's a whole new game. It means new ways of thinking about learning, maybe new computer architectures, all to create a system with real cognition. The goal is a mind that can reason from first principles, form its own ideas, and operate with genuine autonomy. Okay, so we've defined our terms. Now let's put them side by side to really see the difference. This is where we move from a sophisticated tool that we use to a potential autonomous mind that could, one day, be our partner. This table really lays out the divide, doesn't it? AI learns from huge, very specific data sets. SI would learn from experience and concepts, kind of like how we do. AI makes its decisions based on statistics and probability, and SI would use judgment and context. And this leads to the biggest difference of all, adaptability. AI is amazing in the little box it was trained for, but an SI could, in theory, adapt to brand new, totally unexpected situations.
Here's another way to think about it. AI is the perfect student. You can give it every textbook in the world, and it'll ace the test. But SI is the creative scientist. It doesn't just learn what's already known, it forms new hypotheses, it designs experiments, and it discovers things that nobody ever taught it. And this distinction isn't just technical. It forces us to wade into some of the biggest philosophical questions about consciousness and what intelligence even is. Is it what's going on inside the machine that matters, or is it just about the results you can see? This is a really powerful argument from one side. What Drew McDermott is basically saying is that performance is all that matters. An airplane flies, right? Who cares if it doesn't flap its wings like a bird? If a machine can beat the best chess grandmaster in the world, then for all practical purposes, it is thinking about chess. The result is the reality. But then you have the philosopher John Searle's famous counterargument.
He says a simulation is always just a simulation. You can create an incredibly detailed computer model of a fire, but it will never actually be hot or burn anything down. And in the same way, he argues, a perfect simulation of a mind will never have real consciousness or understanding. In this debate, it leads us straight into a total ethical minefield. I mean, with today's AI, accountability is pretty clear. A person or a company is responsible. But with a truly autonomous SI, the lines get really blurry. If it becomes self-aware, does turning it off become a moral problem? If it makes a mistake that causes harm, who's at fault? These aren't just sci-fi questions anymore. They are becoming real-world legal and ethical challenges we need to figure out. So, okay, let's bring all this back to the real world. Why does this technical and philosophical debate matter to you right now? Because this isn't some far-off, distant future. The shift is already starting, and understanding the difference between a better tool and a new kind of mind is going to be absolutely critical for navigating what comes next. The potential leap forward is just staggering. Think about it. In healthcare, an AI can spot a tumor on a scan. An SI could potentially understand the unique biology of that person's cancer and design a personalized cure from scratch. In business, an AI can optimize a supply chain. An SI might be able to invent a whole new business model that disrupts an entire industry. It's the difference between optimization and genuine creation. And this is the real warning shot. The skills for today's AI, they're learnable. It's like when everyone had to learn how to use a computer. You can catch up. But the shift to SI could be so fundamental, so paradigm-altering, that failing to adapt, well, it would be like trying to compete in the modern world without electricity. You'd just be left behind.
So, this is where we'll leave it. We've all spent the last few years getting our heads around artificial intelligence, right? Learning how to prompt it, how to work with it, how to integrate it into our lives, but everything we've talked about today suggests that might have just been the warm-up act. The real question, the one that's going to define the next chapter of our history is, are we ready for the synthetic mind?